Hi guys, welcome to my presentation at the IB Conference 2022 about how every child deserves a coach. My name is Dr. Vincent Chian. So I'm the principal at Fairview International School, Kuala Lumpur. In my previous life, I was a psychiatry registrar over in the UK and in Manchester. And I made the decision 13 years ago to come over to education and teach children so they wouldn't face the kind of horrors that I saw in the psychiatry clinic. Today, I'm the principal of the head campus of Fairview International School. Many people ask me, why did I make the shift? Well, I decided at some point that it was really difficult to help people who are already broken, in the psychiatry clinic at least. All the psychiatry superglue I could use to put people back together were like this broken vase. No matter how well I did it, just wouldn't work anymore. Today, I realize that the imperfections in people are what make them beautiful, just like this pottery here. Therefore, I focus on helping people fall down, make mistakes, and become stronger each time. Several years ago, we looked at the issue that we're facing teens in our school, and we realized there were three really big problems we kept seeing again and again when we were doing our counseling and pastoral activities. First, parents were really busy these days, working double jobs or really busy jobs, and they didn't really have much time to spend with their kids. Now, traditionally, your parents were your biggest coach. They'd spend time with you, lift you up when you fell down. But a lot of parents today just didn't have that kind of time anymore. Secondly, there were distractions everywhere. These guys were having so much difficulty focusing because there was so much media that was being thrown in their direction. They just couldn't focus on anything. And finally, they were turning to social media a lot to express those bottled up emotions. And that's not always the healthiest thing, because when you start comparing yourself with other people who are all smiling, well, you start thinking that your life is always supposed to be permanently full of laughter and joy. What we realized was that teenagers were facing a far greater challenge today than we have ever seen them face challenges before. It is so difficult for teenagers to navigate this crazy world. They're living in a world completely different from the one we grew up, and we can't rely on our own experiences to guide them effectively. We need to understand their world today, and we need to help them in their world as they stand, lift where they stand. When we looked at our teens, we saw that all these problems were causing lots of superficial manifestations, and we could solve these problems, but they weren't the real issue. Then these things that we saw, poor relationships, because they had a real lack of role modeling and guidance. These friendships that they built with one another, they weren't deep. They didn't know how to create great friendships because they were expecting everybody to always send a like their way. That's just an example. Secondly, they were really unfocused. There was this instant gratification culture that was prevalent amongst everybody. Third, there was an increasing incidence of depression amongst all of the teens. And we saw this in journals across the world as well. So a group of us came together and we decided to approach this problem proactively and aggressively. And our solution is called AS. AS stands for Engaging Young Achievers. And it's a coaching program developed by our pastoral unit with our counselors. But before that, I'm going to share with you a little bit about who we are. Who is this little school called Fairview? We started in 1978, more than 40 years ago. We were aimed at providing accessible, affordable, good quality education. Today, we have 5 campuses and 180 teaching staff with 1,500 students across 55 nationalities. We were the first and only network of IB Continuum schools in Malaysia. We've worked really hard to serve our community the best way we can. And we came out with a couple of amazing awards as a result of that. First of all, we are the top global IB school in Malaysia for the year 2020 and 2021. And we also won an International School Award by ISC Research for our amazing ATL skill development program we call the Toolbox. We're located in 5 locations across Kuala Lumpur, in Penang, in Ipoh, in KL, in Subang, and Johor, and Port Dickson. And if you ever want to come by, just give us a buzz. Our contact's down below. We also have one campus over in Scotland in a beautiful place called the Bridge of Allan near Stirling. So I'm going to get right to it. We're going to go through 3 parts. What were our goals? What we were trying to do here. And then the second part being, what exactly did we do? And part 3, well, what happened? What were the results? So what do we want to achieve? Well, when we started out, we focused on 3 core values: leadership, agency, and ownership. And of course, agency was really influenced by the PYP program that we have. We wanted to use coaching as a process because we knew it was really amazing. And we wanted to impact every single child from year 4 to year 12. We wanted them to develop an action-oriented and a goal-focused mindset, because we knew that was one of the key success points of a lot of successful people. This is a part where we did a lot of research about what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to improve academic performance, and we wanted our kids to love the experience, so we measure something called a Net Promoter Score. So for learning objectives, what we told the kids was, we wanted them to know how to define the core issue. What was the problem that we're trying to solve? We wanted them to then to be able to develop a goal, a SMART goal, based on the problem they're trying to solve, and then translate that into an action plan. And finally, we wanted to nurture a strengths-based and a positive mindset. So we were really influenced by the actions of executive coaches around the world. And particularly, I would recommend everyone watch this video by Atul Gawande, talking about coaching. And it's basically every amazing individual in the world who has ever achieved something amazing has a coach. And if these coaches are so amazing, then, well, why don't all of us have one? Well, the answer is pretty simple, and I'm going to show you the problem. But first, what is this coach? A coach is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear, who has you see what you don't want to see, so that you can be who you always knew you could be. The problem with this is coaching is expensive. Do you know executive coaches in the corporate world can pick up about $500 a session? Now in Malaysian ringgit, that's like 2,000 ringgit. And some people actually earn that in an entire month. How are kids going to be able to afford this? This is way too high. So how are we going to translate something so amazing so that every child could experience it? And what we do know as well, if you do a bit of more research into coaching, coaching is the #1 activity that corporates do that has the highest return on interest of any HR spending in the world. It's got the best returns, aka the best results of any HR activity out there. So we knew that this was really, really good, but you can see here, it's really, really expensive. So, well, only the rich and wealthy get it. But really, should that be the case? The other thing we really wanted them to develop was to have this action-oriented mindset. And I'm going to explain to you what that's supposed to mean. Then we show a sniper and a machine gunner. And there's a very big difference in the way they both behave. The sniper aims, and then takes one shot. He may miss, he may not. The gunner shoots and then aims, and shoots and then aims, then shoot, and then aims. In life, we tend to find that you can't sit around aiming forever. You need to take the shots, reposition, pivot, and then shoot again, and then aim again, and then shoot again, then aim again. And life is a lot more about pivoting on the go. So that's why machine gunners are a lot more flexible than snipers are. And we wanted our kids to really adopt this sort of mindset moving forward so that they would succeed at all the various things that life would throw at them, so that they would be able to keep on pivoting along the way. So what did we do? I'm going to show you what we did as easy as I can. So follow me here. So first, we set 3 big rules for our kids. 1, own your own experience. And that means speak from your experience. You don't tell people what to do. You don't bother what somebody else is doing. It's about you and your life, your feelings, and your sense of control. It's not about them, it's about you. And if you're going to take something away from this, it's because you're going to put something into it. The second one, really important, confidentiality, because confidentiality creates a safe space for everyone in this group. And it's a coaching group. And you're going to see how that's going to work out. And finally, don't be judgmental. Your communication needs to be non-judgmental. Don't say things like you should. Did you think of? That's so weird. Oh, that's terrible. These things put people off, and we have no right to judge other people because we haven't lived their life. These are the three cardinal rules that our kids follow and learn the moment they enter the IS program. So now to the simple mechanics. What is the IS coaching program going to do? They get 9 sessions every 6 months. It kind of works out to once a fortnight. Depends on the scheduling, really. Each session runs for about 18 minutes. Okay. Like I said, it's once a fortnight. And we put 5 to 7 kids in a group with one facilitator who is a licensed counselor. So in the coaching program, the kids set 3 goals: one personal goal, one academic goal, and one goal of anything they choose. They then spend 40 minutes at the beginning of the session talking about their top 5% victories and the bottom 5% challenges. And then everybody else kind of responds in a non-judgmental way. I'll give you an example of what it sounds like. So let's say my goal is to lose weight. I'm going to say, this week, my top 5% victory. The other day, I ran for more than 23 minutes and I finally broke my barrier and I feel absolutely amazing. This is a top 5% because I have never broken that 23-minute mark before. I was so exhausted when I did it. It felt so good. My bottom 5% challenges was that I told myself I wasn't going to snack at night again. And I did it and I feel horrible for it. And then the other participants respond. And they respond in a very specific way that we teach them how to respond, which is words like, I really connected with this, the way that you spoke about the difficulty not eating those snacks. I observed that you really looked very happy when you were talking about how you broke the 23-minute mark. That's how they respond non-judgmentally, not going, ew, you're so useless, or why didn't you think of doing this? They're not going to advise, they're not going to tell you what to do. They simply respond. And finally, we then spend 40 minutes of learning skills that will enhance them on their journey. Lots of wonderful skills like how to listen really well, how to think about your strengths, how to speak non-judgmentally, how to have ownership of your life. You're going to see the curriculum very soon. So like I said, the program is facilitated by a licensed counselor because, well, sometimes things come up and they really do need somebody who knows how to manage them, to be around, to catch them, maybe after the session. They also get a report card. Of course, we have self-assessment at the beginning and the end. I'll show you what the rubrics is because we're IB school. Everything's got a rubrics. And the facilitator also does an assessment on them so that they can see, maybe they thought that they were really bad at something, but the facilitator thought that they were really amazing at something. And they also construct their own personal blog to document their journey so that these gains get documented somewhere and they can keep it for life. Things like personality tests, exercises on my values. So how often do we do these exercises as adults, write them on a piece of paper and then totally lose them the next day? So this is a sample of the kind of goals they construct, and they all use this template. And it's very easy. From the left, we've got the core issue. Why is this goal important to me? Then if you look at the top, the outcome goal. What is my outcome SMART goal? I want to lose 10 kilograms in 12 months. And we break it down into the top 3 processes or things that I want to get done that's going to impact me getting towards my outcome goal. And we write those down. We anticipate potential challenges, roadblocks, or bumps that are going to knock us down along the way. And what are we going to do to overcome that? And we set deadlines on that. When the kids do that, they also take those goals and put it over into this monitoring sheet that they share every time they do their updates, so that they're always looking at their goal numerically to know I'm on the way towards achieving success. Somebody really amazing once taught me, if you're not looking at your weight every single day, if you're trying to lose weight, you're never going to lose weight because you don't have your eye on the ball. And every good learning always has an assessment. As they say, what's not assessed is not learned. And we assess them based on these 7 different areas. And here's a little sample of the rubric. That's level 4. There's a 3, 2, and 1. And you can see how they're designed. Of course, all of this with our experience in the IB, we've designed it very similarly as well. And the kids, of course, they get it right at the beginning, so they know what success means right from the get-go. So when I say that they're going to learn about things in the second 40 minutes of their session, this is the program structure. They start with things like a nice introduction, a self-rating exercise, goal setting. Then they learn about goal setting later. Wait, why do you teach them goal setting after they've set a goal? Well, we really believe that children need to learn how to try, fall down, and then try again, and accept that making mistakes is a part of the process. So we intentionally designed the mistakes they're going to make right into it, so that there are opportunities to show them how to stand up when they've fallen down. We teach them about how to manage victories and challenges using the correct language. We use something called the emotional wheel to teach them emotional vocabulary. We teach them about holding space, about how to be non-judgmental in your communication, about strengths, how to do that via strengths analysis, if you've heard about it, how to do a gap analysis, building trust, and then, of course, appreciating yourself and putting it all together in session 9. There are 4 levels to this. So this thing can go on for a really long time. And as you can see, from level 1 to 2, they actually tier upwards in a beautiful vertical planning. So with all of that effort, all of those things that we did, what happened? Was there actually a positive outcome? We knew at the beginning we needed to make sure that our efforts could be measured, because, well, if we're going to ask the kids to have SMART goals, we needed our own SMART goals as well. So we made sure that we had several things we were keeping a very close eye on to see whether we were going to succeed as well. So who better to share with you about how we did than, well, the students here. Why don't you listen to a video about the IS program from the students' eyes?
My name is Gabby and I'm from grade 6G.
Hello, my name is Surakshi Chaudhary and I'm from M2G.
Good afternoon, my name is Nika Garvel P. Suleiman and I am from M2G.
Greetings, this is Anika Samorpa from M4R.
Hi, my name is Arsha Sanyal and I'm from M2G.
Hi, my name is Carol and today I'll be talking about my opinion on the coaching program.
And in all honesty, I think this coaching program is actually very helpful. This is because in all my years of coaching, I've learned how to manage my time, usually in academic and my personal life, and I've also learned to be empathetic. I've also learned how to have gratitude and many other things which can actually be very helpful further on in life.
Overall, the program is very helpful since it allows all of us to find what we are and find out our strengths and weaknesses.
Personally, I enjoy the coaching program more than I thought I would. But with coaching program, it helped me enhance my skills in understanding myself and also my peers.
I have learned how to guide my peers through the problems. For example, I guide them by letting them identify strategies to improve their problems. And of course, if I see them encountering any issues, I do my best in trying to help them. The second thing I've learned is setting my educational goal. For example, some of my goals in grade 5 were that I would get a 7 or 8 in math. I tried to study and focus and I ended up getting it.
I have learned how to manage my time and how to coach my peers. For the past 3 years, it has been a bit difficult for me to manage my time accordingly because the amount of tasks to complete has grown over time. However, my time management skill has improved now because of my coaches. They have taught me and suggested me ways to improve my time management skills.
I think the program will be very helpful to my peers in various ways. It can help them be more open-minded and caring towards others, understanding more about ways they can improve their personal and academic development.
As mentioned previously, the program can teach or enhance many skills and IB learner profiles, such as teamwork and being open-minded. It also gives us a chance to voice out some of our suggestions and ways to address challenges for others.
Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day.
So that is it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, one of the most important things that we wanted to measure is called the Net Promoter Score. And as you can see over here, it's a very simple calculation. We say to everybody, how likely are you going to recommend this program to somebody else? And they score it from a 0 to a 10. And we basically take a percentage of the people that mark us down as 9 and 10, and we take away what we call the detractors, the guys who marked us down from 0 to 6. And that net effect is called the Net Promoter Score. So we measured our Net Promoter Score from the first time that we ran this. We do it every 6 months. And as you can see, we didn't do that well right at the beginning. But as time went on, we kept on refining and trying. We made so many mistakes along the way. We were trying so hard to improve every step along the way that today we can comfortably say that our Net Promoter Score is 68%. And we are super proud that we've gotten there. We're really looking forward to the next round because we are pretty sure we're going to hit 80% already. But it's really important to find out, well, they're aiming towards goals. How many of them actually got towards their goals? And we found out that 78% of all of our participants accomplished 2 out of 3 goals that they planned for. Now, just think about it. As an adult, how many of us make New Year's resolutions and don't achieve anything? How many of us just go through life aimlessly without a goal? And these children from as young as 9 years old are already setting goals and achieving 2 out of 3 of them. Can you imagine doing that every half a year from 9 years old till you are 18 years old? What kind of mentality are you going to build? We measured their academic performance because we knew it was really important to see if they were more confident, more action-oriented, more goal-oriented, more emotionally stable. Does it make a difference with regards to their academic results? And we proved that there was an 8.8% increase on average across English, math, and science. English was a little bit lower at 6%, math about 10%, and science nearly 11%. At the end, we had this amazing session with our parents every half a year where we have our kids share their successes with their parents, and it blew them away. And this is just one of the many, many testimonials from our parents who really appreciated what we did and how it transformed their children's lives. So what did we learn in the process? We made so many mistakes along the way, but I'd like to share with you our best learnings. 1, give kids space to breathe into their hopes and dreams. You know, a lot of Asian parents, we try and push our kids really hard so that they achieve a lot. And I'm guilty of that too. But when your kids breathe into their hopes and dreams and really get inspired by it because they can grab it and hold it and own it, wow, there is so much more that they can do with that ability than with any nagging that you could ever possibly do. Second thing is, the best gift that you can give your child is to believe that they can and will succeed. And we borrow this understanding from a pedagogical concept called positive expectations by an author called Harry Wong. And finally, always have a counselor ready, because as you explore and you fight and you develop and mature, worms come out of this can, and you've got to manage these worms as they come out. Otherwise, Everybody gets stopped along the way. So always have a licensed, trained counselor ready to manage these issues in a safe and non-judgmental way. We've achieved so much with this, and we know that we've done well here. But we have future plans on where we're going to go with all of this. The first one, we are developing a web-based program right now so that anybody can experience this online, fully virtually. We're building it on an application called Katra, and we're going to be launching it out soon. If you're interested, let us know, and we'd love to have you on the program as well. Secondly, we're going to have university level training programs. We are already en route to developing a program where we help teachers similarly achieve this and train counselors in order to do these things, coaching for kids. And finally, we want to take all of this, get this web-based program, train more people to implement this, and really share this amazing experience with people who can't afford it normally, the people who really need it. And here's a hint. They aren't the people in rich, fancy international schools. They're everyone else out there, and they really need our help. We really have so much work to do, and we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to be a part of this journey, or you're just as excited as we are, get in touch, and maybe we could just bounce some ideas off each other and make this something truly amazing. We believe in collaboration, not competition. Come on along. Let's have fun together. So thanks for listening to my talk. I hope you had a wonderful time. You gained something wonderful from this. If you ever do want to connect with us and talk to us at any point, here's some contact details that you can connect the school with. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and be safe.